Hello and welcome to another fantastic, and I mean fantastic episode of World's Finest Power App. Blah, 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 blah. I haven't had a coffee yet, I have really. World's Finest Power Hour. I am Batmark Part 2, in fitting with what we're talking today, and this is
I am Mike L., the Clown Prince of Podcasts. How are you today, sir?
I like it. So I just want to dance like this.
Right? Something fucking... pardon. Anyway, so we have not talked in a bit, but we have had very busy weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from talking on the AOL Instant Messenger. Is it even called AOL Instant Messenger anymore? It's just Messenger. Am I really showing my age?
That's right. It's just called Messenger now. Yeah.
No. Okay, fine. Sorry, young folks.
I know. I feel old too.
Oh, terrible. But we've been out. We have been to the movies for several things. We have not seen the same things.
Mm-hmm.
And
which gives us unique perspective, doesn't it? Because we can talk about what we feel and question each other, and and see what we've been watching.
We have seen one thing that both of us have seen. There's one thing that both of us have seen, but I actually like this because I feel like it's a good gauge as to whether we should go see something or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's good because we agree on different things. We've got different takes on things, and then we cross over, don't we? Like this,
right?
But
I feel like it's also a good time. It's also a good time for us to dispel potential things that we may have read on the social media networks with regards to certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anywho, so let's talk about the $200 million bomb in the room.
Yeah.
Joker, Folie à Deux.
Yeah.
Which I found out, which I didn't know means madness between two people.
I didn't know that either.
I looked it up.
How interesting.
I didn't know that. I mean, just because I'm a little bit of French doesn't mean I actually know a whole lot of French.
But no, that's fair enough. I think madness that's good, and it's like got some depth because you as the viewer is one person and the screen is another, and it's the madness.
Look at you!
You and the screen. I know. I'm so deep, like a thimble, mate. Like a thimble.
I need to take a nap after that one. Oof.
Exactly. That's like.
Oh.
Or shall I go?
That's all right. People who heard it can't see it.
So look, I've seen Joker. You haven't seen Joker.
I have not. Right? I have read many things, and I have spoken to several people who have seen it, including Nanachka's daughter and her comic book friendly boyfriend Joshua, who one day be.
What did he think of it? What did he think of it?
Let's get into priorities, sir.
Okay. So, I obviously I like watching a movie a couple of times. You know what I mean? Because when you first watch a film, you go, or you don't absorb it all. So this is only after one viewing.
Okay.
I really liked it. It had the same feel as the first one. It had the same atmosphere. It had the same like doom and gloom and oppressiveness. There will be spoilers here, by the way. So anybody who doesn't,
yes,
yeah,
anything we are talking about on this, we even though we would still like you to tune in, there will be spoilers involved, and no matter what we speak about, we're not very good with cryptic stuff. It's like a wet fart in church sometimes. We just kind of have to let it go and see what happens.
Exactly. And so it begins with the Joker in prison, X amount of time after the last film,
the riots in Gotham,
with what he did. The guards give him cigarettes to every time he tells a joke. They made a documentary about the Joker in the film.
Okay.
And it I mean he's down and out. You know what I mean? There wasn't. I love character progression. I love it when like Luke Skywalker is a little bit harder in each film, and he becomes
right, yeah.
And there wasn't much character progression with Joker. He was just the same, really. In fact, he'd gone back a few steps because in the last film, he'd got all this confidence, hadn't he? And he was like, I'm, and the smiles and the dancing, and at the beginning of this film, none of that happened again. So I just felt that was a little bit 2 steps back. That's the negative side of it. But no, I really liked it. I wasn't put off by musicals because I'm a theatre student, was, and that put a lot of people off. The first time they sang a song, a row behind us moved and went.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well,
Because
so here's
studios, go
go
on.
ahead. No, go ahead, bud.
'Cause- Oh, because studios don't like pitching things as musicals, do they? Like Mean Girls that just came out, they didn't. There wasn't a single note in the trailer
Wonka.
because musicals don't sell.
Wonka. Same thing. People were like, I didn't know this was
Oh
going
yeah,
to be a
Wonka,
musical.
yeah, absolutely.
But it was. I
Yeah,
mean, the first one was a stinking musical. So how do you not like
exactly.
whatever? Here's my biggest misstep that I feel. Just to address it quick. The problem is that it's called Joker. And I feel like when you drop a moniker, a well-known name into a movie, people have certain expectations. Now,
Mm,
is there a lot of hype about that? You know, Todd Phillips didn't want to do a sequel, that he didn't want to until they potentially threw an ungodly amount of money at him. You know, I feel like this the Joker, the two now have been were more of a character study of a man. And could they have just called it like Fleck, or could they have called it, happy clown, sad clown? Sure, they could have called it, but they chose a name. And the name
mm,
is somebody who has had some fantastic actors fill clown shoes,
hmm.
right? So
Absolutely.
I mean, even to the point I hear Jared Leto was pissed this movie was being made.
Really.
Yeah, he was pissed. They tried to get it stopped because he was like, "Well, I'm the Joker." I was like, "No, bro, you weren't really the Joker. You were like what's his face from the Brady Bunch, the redheaded kid that was in there for about 10 minutes." So they no one was really, I feel like, happy with that. But if you
Yeah.
take that out, I feel like if you take out Gotham and you take out Harley and you take out Harvey Dent and you take out those elements and you just make it a regular movie, I feel like people would have accepted it more,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. I mean, Gaga as Harley was amazing. I'm a little bit in love with her. I think she was great. I mean, as a character, Harley Quinn, no, but she can act really well and she can act messed up um and she was good. They had a lot of chemistry and she's a great singer, so the music was great. Um, one thing that really annoyed me the most, though, as I said about that character development thing, was the entire point of the story. It's a courtroom drama, and the psychologist is saying Arthur Fleck is a different person than the Joker, and so all the things that he's done were his split personality coming out, which backs up the first one, right? His split personality coming out,
Right.
and he and at the end he just goes, "No, I'm the same person." So Harley leaves him and kills herself, basically. Um, and he gets arrested, then he gets stabbed in the end. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I wanted more realization. I wanted more. Oh, look at me getting frustrated.
The thing is,
Um,
that I feel like it's a parallel, right? Because
mm,
when Arthur stopped being the Joker in the movie, right? Everyone in the movie stopped being interested. This is, again, I have not seen this movie. I will
yeah,
restate it. And people, you or other people who are potentially listening to this can correct me. But I feel like when he in the movie, when he stopped being the Joker, people stopped being interested in him, right? Harley, the prison guards didn't like him so much.
hmm,
Everyone else kind of threw him away, right? And he was kind of left by himself. I feel like that is like a good parallel for the freaking movie on a whole, right? Because
mm,
everyone's like, "Oh my god, the first one was so good." Why? Because he was a Joker a lot. Because he did Jokery things. And once they got away from that, once Arthur got away from being the Joker, I feel like the crowd, the us as a fandom, everyone's
yeah,
like, "Well, he's not the Joker anymore. F him. I'm done."
yeah,
Right?
yeah. No, yeah. We watched it. I mean, the appeal of the movie is the character, the Joker, isn't it? So
It
like,
is.
and we need Joker to be Joker. And I get the musical side because that's in his head and that's how he connects with Harley, and because that's how he fantasizes. But yeah, like you said, when he's not Joker, it's a very good point. When he's not Joker, you just want him to be Joker,
Right.
and
Right.
it
And
could have been so much more. Yeah, but as a film, it's okay.
I think that people said that Todd Phillips didn't he didn't go through DC Studios at all. In fact, Gunn
Mm,
definitely and Saffron or however you pronounce his name, I apologize. Uh,
yeah,
they wanted nothing to do with it. They didn't show up at the premiere. Um,
right.
I think some of our mutual acquaintances, two of our friends, could attest to that because they went to the premiere, and Gunn wasn't there. They made it a
Yeah,
point. Phillips said he was not dealing with DC Studios; he was only dealing with Warner Brothers,
right,
and they skipped, I think, some of the early viewings.
right. Okay, that's a shame. You know, will they go and see the Batman though? Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's
Well, I mean, the Batman was is people I hear they're pressuring now that they want Pattinson to now be, and it's a rumor, of course, but they want
mm.
Pattinson to be the new DC universe main universe Batman.
I
I
don't
don't.
mind that. I like him as Batman. And
I thought he's good, but I mean, I
yeah,
feel like that Batman is more in a grounded reality. It's a more of a
yeah,
harsher reality. You're gonna all of a sudden put Killer Croc in there. Or you're gonna put what the Condiment King in
yeah,
that universe. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It-
Absolutely. Well, they're thinking
it's,
about putting Clayface and stuff. So if that happens, then it'll be a game
yeah.
changer. Will it work? Keep it
Will it work
grounded.
though?
Yeah,
They've said Batman's supposed to be older. I mean, that was originally how they pitched it, right? That they said that this Batman in the new in Gunn's universe is going to be an older Batman, not like Ben Affleck's Batman, amazing Batman was
yeah,
in Batman vs Superman, but it's still an older Batman because he's supposed to have a son. Because I think they said he's going to bring in Damian,
yeah. That's
but
good.
that's good. So I mean, I don't know. So before I get to Adrian and Josh's reactions to the movie, uh would you recommend that I go see this in the theater for as little time as it is, or should I just wait because it'll probably be out on streaming probably in the next month or so? Should I just wait
Well,
until it's on streaming?
yeah. You see, I love the cinema. I think things are always better in the cinema because you're immersed more. You don't have your phone. You don't have distractions. You don't have a telephone. Your dog barking, whatever. So I would always say go and sit in the cinema. But if it's like really, really expensive, just wait. Just wait. You know, maybe it'll be a cult classic. Maybe like it'll come out on Blu-ray, whatever. The sales will be really
Yeah,
high.
second life, yeah.
And
Maybe. I mean,
they
the
get a
first one
second
made
life like
$1 billion. I think that's what everyone is like. But the first one was so good. What happened? That's I
yeah,
think that's I think the real issue here. You know,
yeah.
I don't
I
know,
don't think
man.
it's rubbish. I would give it like 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Okay,
It's not,
okay,
it's not rubbish. It's just not. It's not the second coming, what I mean, of films. It's not
right.
like The Empire Strikes Back or anything like
It's
that.
or Superman 2 or Aliens. It's not like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
amazing superior sequel.
Hang on, do you prefer Superman 2 to Superman 1?
I prefer all of the Supermans.
Right.
Do I
Oh,
prefer one? Absolutely not. I mean, I like all of them. Will I sit and watch all of them? Absolutely, I will sit and watch
yeah,
all of
yeah.
them.
Okay, that's cool.
Even three, even
I love
four.
3. I love 3. I think three's got such charm, and that scene where he fights himself is my favourite scene in all the 4 movies added together. You know what I mean? It's brilliant.
So good. It freaked me out the first time I saw it because I was young. I was little when I saw it.
Yeah,
So you watch it, and you're like, oh my god, he's gonna put him in a trash compactor. He's gonna die.
I know. It's like,
He
and
didn't.
that
Spoilers. He
scary
didn't die.
robot lady. God, honestly, yeah.
Oh my god. It
And
was
at the
scary.
beginning, you'll see what I did here. They had those robot penguins, didn't they, going around? And one sets a light, and then the guy gets trapped in the car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
those penguins.
Winky, wink, wink.
Yeah,
Right. Which we've both seen. The new Penguin show
yeah, I love it.
on Max,
Absolutely
or
love it.
right? What it's Max still there too, right? It's Max.
We have it on Sky over here, so
Right,
we
Sky.
don't.
Yeah,
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 we
yeah.
don't have Max. I mean, if we had Max, God, it'd be amazing. And we get between the channels, we're starting to get a little bit more like Superman and Lois is on one of the channels, and we get Penguin, and we've got um, and just like the boys and things like that. What I mean,
Oh, it's all
between
a
all the
mishmash
channels.
of everything altogether, huh?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
but it's over everything. It's nothing. It's not like Max where everything is just on Max.
No, I like that though. I like that it's a smattering of different shows. Because here it's Boys is on Amazon Prime and Penguin's on Max, and you probably have some stuff that's on Netflix and
yeah,
so that's good. But I like it. I liked Colin Farrell's character in the Batman.
yeah,
I didn't unrecognizable to
absolutely.
12 different degrees. They've said that he puts on a full body suit right down to accurate appendages.
I knew you were going to say that. Little penguins. Yeah.
See, I was trying to be more like couth about it there.
Okay.
But it's very good. But again, I feel like it's another one of those shows that if they took out Penguin and they took out Gotham City and they took out the bombings that happened from the Batman and they just made it a crime drama, it could still be a good show. It still could be the same thing, man. There's no mention of Batman. They've already said that they are not putting Batman in the show at all. Not even like a silhouette, no news clippings of Batman fighting.
Okay.
I mean, so far, anyways, but they're saying no cameo for Robert Pattinson, which is a shame. But Colin Farrell is great. What's her face? Who plays Sophia?
Yeah, she's lovely. I didn't know where she was from. She was so familiar when I started watching. I was going, how do I know you? And that's IMDb it, and I'm like, oh, you've been in tons of stuff. That's how I know you.
Yeah.
But she's lovely. Yeah.
But it's so good, and Farrell. I mean, him. I mean, he was Bullseye in the Daredevil movie. He's been in so many things, and he's got that really heavy brogue. And he said that he has a dialect coach, right? And the dialect coach apparently has all different accents from everything from the 30s and 40s to all different countries and recordings of it all. And if he would ever slip out of his accent, he would use the word gefilte fish to get back in.
Right.
And for those who don't know, gefilte fish is a dish which I will probably never try in my lifetime. That is deboned, like usually like a whitefish, that is shredded, molded into like a ball, and either like broiled or boiled. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. No, thank you, I'm good. But gefilte fish is the word. It always makes me think of Rush Hour when Chris Tucker said it on the plane. Like,
yeah,
and there was all the bloopers of him destroying the word.
that's right. I couldn't remember how I knew it. Of course, it's Rush Hour. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a
No,
lot of
so
these.
you won't be having that then. So when he slips, he says that word.
That's his dialect coach apparently calls him over, and she's like, and he's like gefilte fish, and then he's like, hey, little bit of
I'm walking here.
right, or I'm limping here.
Yeah, I'm limping here. I love that picture in the first episode of the picture and that scene where it pans down to his feet and his toes are all like this.
Gnarled.
I just love that. I think that's just brilliant. It looked like a comedy sketch, with really, really good.
It's a very well written. I feel it's a very well written show. Again, it's not. They're not dealing with any other villains. They're not dealing with. You're not going to see Victor Freeze somewhere in there. You're not. Someone had said that they mentioned the Graysons Flying Circus in there or something with the Graysons. I missed it.
I missed that as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But it's good. It's watchable. I'm happy with it. It's. I always say it's good. It's content, not social media content, but it's superhero content. It's still stuff to watch, good or bad. It's still like if you choose not to like it, then cool beans. Don't watch it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Watch Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love the fact that DC do shows like this. They do. I know you've got like Marvel. Marvel will never be able to break out their universe because that's their universe. So when you've got Luke Cage walking down the road, you've got Spider-Man, and but with DC and like their Elseworlds, series, I just love the fact that, like you said, it's so grounded and it doesn't need Batman to be good. And But Joker needs Joker to be good. You know, just saying.
It's different though. It's way different. You know, and Gunn has already said. Gunn said when he first took over DC Studios, or now what's now DC Studios, that he wanted to make it a cohesive universe. That the cartoons, the video games, the television shows, everything falls into this neat little box of superherodom. Which, I mean, I guess that's probably one of the reasons, maybe why they canceled Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
I don't know, which is a shame because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and they cancelled Titans, which I loved.
They
You know, in
canceled
a cheesy
Titans.
way. It was nice to have Dick Grayson kicking ass, you know. But if they want to do it, they're forgive me, I've got a bit of a cold. If they want to do it, you know, and build their universe, then you know they've got to cut a bit of fat, haven't they?
I mean, I guess, but I always felt like there was nothing wrong with the multiverse idea.
No.
You know, the multiverse was always such a good idea. I mean, it's there was nothing wrong, I felt, with having two Supermen, two Batmen, two whatever. You know what I mean? It's okay because it's still it's what people want. And yeah, could people prefer one over the other? Sure, we prefer it now, right? Everyone's got a favorite Batman. Everyone's got a favorite Superman.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean,
Yeah.
I saw the Reeve movie. Speaking of super people, right? I went to
Cool.
go see the Christopher Reeve movie. That
My
super.
God, how was it? Was it good?
It was really good. I was trying to do. we we filmed some footage, and I was going to do an over like a voiceover of like of us there, and I still might do it. I feel like it's a little late, but it was really good. Nanachka and I went. We had a great time. The theater was mostly empty. It was like 5 people, but that could be for.
Right.
But honestly, there's 100 reasons why. You know, maybe nobody
Yeah.
knew it was going to be a thing. Maybe you knew it was in the middle. It was on a Wednesday at 4.
Yeah.
You
Well, there
know,
you go. There
yeah,
you go. Yeah.
right. You know what I mean? So there's so
Yeah.
it was, but it was a limited run at the time. It was a limited run. It was only the 21st to the 25th, right? The 25th. But luckily, they're actually releasing it now into a larger audience starting on the 11th. So
Oh,
what is
there you
that?
go. That's great. Then. Good. Do we in the UK get this at all?
You guys get nothing over there, man.
No, they don't
Watch
like
it
it
on
over
Sky.
here.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But no, it was really good. There was you know, they didn't really center too much on the Superman stuff. They went with like everything. They went with like his they started with his childhood and his dad and his he came unfortunately from a divorced family, and then Reeve promised that he would never put his children through that, which you know then self-fulfilling prophecy he winds up doing anyway. But
Yeah.
and you know it was really his theater time. Superman, the rise to fandom, and how his girlfriend at the time and who was his baby mom's uh kept him grounded. His friendship with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I think the saddest part about it was because they interviewed some of the actors and actresses who have been worked with him throughout the years, right? And Glenn Close had when after Chris had gotten paralyzed, he directed a movie that Glenn Close was in, I think with Whoopi Goldberg. So
Okay.
yeah, and so they interviewed Glenn Close, and she was like, if Chris was still alive, Robin would still be alive. I can guarantee it. Paraphrasing, but that's what she. And it's sad. I mean, they were friends since like college. They were like roommates.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
They knew each other forever. Robin Williams was one of the first people to show up to the hospital for Chris. Came in as a Russian doctor and said, you know, he's like, oh, now we will do the rectal exam and shit like that. Like he was, you know, he threw a party. A party is relative, but I guess like a remembrance event of the anniversary of his accident every year. You know, just to like. So they were like they were boys. They were as close as brothers, I guess, could be without, you know. But it was really good. Very inspiring without sounding corny or cheesy, but it was very inspiring. You know, his advocacy work, his spokesman work. You know, there was that one. Honestly, dude, if you have a chance to go see it in the theaters, I would go see that in the theaters.
Yeah. Okay.
If it comes to the UK, I would.
Yeah, that was my
There's
next question. Yeah.
there's just something about seeing anything Superman related for me
Yeah.
on the big screen. And then you're a superhero fan. Would I recommend that somebody who's like a Spider-Man fan or whatever, like, I'm of the age of Christopher Reeve. So if
Yeah.
somebody, I will always go see something, or I will always read something with him in it. You know what I mean?
Hmm. No,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm interested in him as well as a person. I'm glad that they've made this movie to get people to know it, and I know they advertise it a lot, like it's a Superman kind of thing. But I know Superman's such a small part of it, isn't it? Like you said.
yeah, there the some of the graphics in it, like the in between cut shots of him, like a statue of him like floating in space, like they were so good. And then like he got into the accident and they showed like kryptonite crystals forming down his back. Like it was
Oh,
like it was really good. And all of his kids
cool.
spoke. All of his kids were interviewed for different parts of it. It was just really, it was a very good documentary movie.
Because his son's got a cameo in the new Superman movie, hasn't he?
Will
Don't
is in
know.
the new one. Will, who is a
Okay.
newscaster on NBC, I think, here in
Right.
the States. In New
Yeah.
York, he has a cameo in it, which is great.
Cool. Good.
I'm
Good.
interested to see what happens with that.
He does look like his dad, doesn't he? As well. He's got very similar features. He's got the jawbone and the jawbone, and I go to my cheekbones. He's got a nice elbow. But have you tried licking your elbow? No,
He's got one nice left knee.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, we do get it in the cinema, and hopefully, you know, I'll have an opportunity to see it in the cinema, which would be good. Which would be good.
You know what
What?
else you should see? You know what else you should see?
No, what else should I see, Mike?
Transformers 1. You should. I know you're not a Transformers fan, so I guess it won't hit as hard for you. I know. But anyone who's listening, if you're on the fence about this thinking it's a kiddie movie, it's not a freaking kiddie movie. It's
Mm,
almost a G1, which G1, for those who don't know, G1 is like the original Transformers that we grew up in. Was it 86? 86, I think.
yeah.
That it's supposed to be like the backstory to those Transformers, to the
Okay.
ones we grew up with. And
Mm,
Chris Hemsworth, when they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna be Optimus Prime or Orion Pax, uh, everyone's like, oh my god, why is Thor gonna be? But dude, he hits it. I gotta tell you,
good.
man, he freaking
Good.
hit it. He hit the cadence of Peter Cullen. He hit some of
Yeah.
those like the drawn out, like words and the syllables. It was good. If you're listening and you were on the fence about it, go see it. The guy wanted to make a trilogy, and it will only happen if you guys actually go see it. The end. Have a great day.
Cool.
Anyway,
No, do you know? I mean, I've I used to watch the cartoon as a kid, but I used to. It was the only toy lines I never collected.
really,
I collected Lego, Thundercats, He-Man, Star Wars, Batman, anything like that. I just didn't have. I only had a few GoBots. Yeah.
GoBots.
Uh,
They make a GoBots reference in the freaking movie. There's a
no,
GoBots
no.
almost exactly that, where it's just like these GoBots.
Do you know one of the first films I ever saw? The first film I ever saw in the cinema was He-Man and She-Ra: Secret of the Sword. Right. That was the first film I'd ever seen
So
in the
good.
cinema. The second film I'd ever seen in the cinema was Transformers and GoBots. And
Transformers and GoBots. What the hell is
yeah, they
that?
did a Transformers GoBots movie.
All right.
I would have been about 5 or 6, 95,
I
1995.
know nothing about that, dude. I have to look that up because the Transformers movie that I saw scarred me for life. Watching Optimus Prime
Oh
die when
yeah,
you're a
no, I've
little
seen
kid,
that as well. Yeah.
I that is one of those things that, like, if you're, they're like, oh, when was the first time you cried in the movies? Death of Optimus Prime. The end.
You've got the touch. Yeah,
Oh, so good. Stan
yeah,
Bush. Thank you. God bless you, Stan Bush,
yeah.
for your
No,
magical.
and I know how much Transformers means to you, and I used to sell it in my shop, and I'm very respectful of it. You know what I mean? I just never got into it as big because I had so many other things I was into. So I
I
had
was
to
gonna
proper
say that you can listen. Sometimes to the collector, there's only so I know. Listen, I know guys and gals who are, they dabble in a little bit of everything, right?
yeah.
But I mean, I was, as I was called today, I was a character collector. which wasn't said as an insult. It was said as like you like certain characters. It's self-explanatory, obviously, but like, and then you collect the things around it, which
Yeah.
isn't the worst thing in the world. I'm not, you know,
It's nice.
did I have Starcom and Sectors and stuff when I was a kid? Sure thing. Had them all.
Starcom rocked. I used to love Starcom.
I have to see. So I am due to pick up my childhood toys. My entire childhood is still at my parents' house, and I am due to go get it at some time in the near future. So we will have to probably do a you know, let's root through Mike's childhood
Yes,
show.
please, that'd be great. I've got a box of my childhood as well that I got from my mum the other week. So
Really?
yeah, and I haven't put it anywhere or done anything. It'd be an exclusive to this show.
That would be
Of
great. That would be a lot of fun. That's totally what we should do, bro.
of books and toys. Oh yeah, that's the next show sorted, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just love the nostalgia of it all. You know, Lindsay said, "You're going to get rid of it," and I went, "No, no, no,
Dude.
it's staying with
I'm
me forever."
probably, it's a lot. I got to be honest with you, bro. It's a lot. I'm probably going to be getting rid of a lot of it just because I have no place to put it. And yeah, I'm not giving, there's no one to really give it to. So I'm okay with it though. Like, I got all this other stuff. I mean, I got the stuff that's behind me, stuff on
Yeah.
both walls you can't see, stuff in that
Mm.
side, stuff on that side. So it's fine. And I'm totally cool with it. It's good. And if it makes my mother happy with removing stuff from the house, then go team go team Lemaire.
Yeah, yeah, I feel it. My mum's like, Mark, you moved out 25 years ago, and your stuff is still in the cupboard. I'm like, okay, mum, I'll move it now. Right, point taken. Yeah,
The one thing that she doesn't have are the comics. I have
yeah.
all of my comics from when I was a kid. And while I haven't really been collecting a lot, or I haven't really read a lot in the last couple years, I have been, I don't know, fortunate enough again to bring up Ninotchka's daughter's boyfriend, Joshua.
Yeah.
He has been kind of pulling me in the shallow end of the comic book world again, which
Nice.
in all the best ways, because he has been giving me different sites and showing me different pages to get some of the books that I may potentially be interested in reading at a very good price. And again, I
Nice.
really feel like Joshua needs to come on the show and talk about that stuff.
Absolutely. Did he like the Joker, by the way?
He liked it, said the same thing that you did though about well, he said wait for it to be on streaming.
Yeah.
Um Adrian loved it because really it's a study. It's she's not as big of a comic book fan, so to her it was more she went in with more of a open mind about it. Not to say that anyone went in closed minded, but because she's not so Batman heavy like
Mhm.
any of us, to her it was way more interesting. She actually said she would go back and see it again.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. There you go. So
she
the,
loved it. She thought it was very
that's
interesting.
really interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and Josh didn't hate it. He just said it's better to wait for it to be on streaming.
Fair
So,
play.
but back to reading.
Yeah,
I
sorry, back
have
to
started reading. There's been a lot going on in the comic book world in DC. Marvel, I apologize. Just never really been much of a Marvel guy. I have some ones when I was younger, but apart from that, really not a whole lot. But I did pick up two things in the recent weeks. Last week and a half. One of them is the DC All In special, right?
nice.
Because
Nice.
they are talking about now this new absolute universe. I guess it's like
Yeah.
the Ultimates, right? It's like the Ultimates
Hmm.
universe. So the cool thing is, it is double-sided.
Why
There
is it
are
double-sided then? Why have they done that?
check. So, like a coin, there are two sides to this story.
Oh.
All right. So one side, this side, boop, is all about the superhero side. They are forming a new Justice League. Spoilers again for anyone who is potentially interested in reading it.
Mhm.
They are forming a new Justice League, which is the new jumping off point for the new Justice League Unlimited comic book that they are producing soon. Nothing to do, unfortunately, with the cartoon, even though the cartoon was, I mean, as you can see
Perfect.
from behind you, the maquettes that you have behind you, fantastic.
Yeah.
But they are building a new Justice League, and they get these new magical membership ID cards, and the last person who gets it is Booster Gold. So all of a sudden, Darkseid appears. He's got freaking one hand. He's possessed by. He has gotten the spirit of the Spectre, and it takes a minute, but they seemingly defeat him, and in his place is left a rift in time, or a rift in time and space. So they'd say, well, none of us can go through it with the exception of a time traveler. Send Booster.
Poor Booster.
Send Booster. So they send them, and they put him through, and it ends with he's in this dark ass universe, and he looks up and he sees the Legion of Superheroes now, all wearing the Omega symbol on their uniforms, with Darkseid looming over behind them.
Oh crap! Right.
Oh crap! Indeed.
Yeah.
So then you flip to the other side, to the Absolute Universe side, and what's in there, Mark? I'll tell you. It's the Darkseid point of view.
Really? Oh, right. Okay, cool.
They do the whole
that's
Darkseid point of view, how he got his powers, why he's got one arm, why he got possessed by the spirit of the Spectre, why he's doing all this stuff. And long story short, he didn't get destroyed. He went and made in a whole other universe. That's basically a Darkseid universe.
Which is the ultimate all-in universe.
Absolute, right. The Absolute Universe.
Was all this written by Scott Snyder as well? Did he write that one shot, or was it written by a lot of people?
Well, Scott's top of the barrel on this one. If you can see,
yeah,
there's a lot of names. The art is beautiful. I like the art on the Justice League side a lot more. It's more gooder or betterer. But it's wonderful. I enjoyed it, and I mean, look, check it out. Spoilers again. Can't say enough. Be like, you didn't warn me. Yeah, we warned you guys. Look at.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
See?
Yeah.
I feel like they've done about 800 incarnations of the Legion of Superheroes. So it's very interesting that this is like they're back.
I miss having a local comic shop. I miss going to get comics each week. You know, I get my comics from Scotland, which is like the other side of the UK. People didn't know.
Do you really?
Yeah, and so I get them sent to me every few weeks. So I'm always like a couple of weeks behind. So you know, I've got like the latest stuff. I've got like the latest Catwoman and you know, and things like that. But I haven't got this week's stuff, which is All In and Batman. You know, the new one. And I'm just like, oh, come on, next week. Oh yes.
It almost makes me want to collect again. You know,
almost.
You know what? Like I tried using that what is it? The Infinity app, the Infinite app on your phone, right? I feel like you can't read a comic book on a freaking iPhone or an Android or Galaxy, whatever you have. And I'm not walking around with an iPad to go read comic books.
Nope.
Right? But like, I don't know, man. Like between Justice League Unlimited and all this other stuff, close. It's close.
You could just get issue 1.
That's like the gateway drug, man. That's how this all starts.
That's how I used to do it in my shop. I was like, just try issue 1. That's how it starts.
It's how it starts.
Yeah, exactly. Makes good men turn cruel, as Alfred said once. I
don't know, man. I'll see. I'm definitely gonna get Absolute Superman 1. The Batman with an axe in his chest is freaking crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it's weird to me. It's weird to me that Darkseid makes a universe and he still puts superheroes in it. I guess it's because he doesn't want to be bored.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Maybe he created them to control them, but they broke his control. You know,
but some. Maybe there's a fail-safe at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
The other massive mamma jamma that I'm reading is
look at
is volume 1. I hope it's volume 1. It's volume 1, but I hope there's a 2 and 3 and 12 of this. But it is the Superman Triangle era omnibus, and
Okay.
it is gorgeous beyond gorgeous. It is about 2 years worth of books from the Triangle era, from about 90 to 92, and I heart all of it. It's
Yeah.
got the foreword by the amazing Mike Carlin.
Nice. Yeah.
Love him. The
He's
back's a little
awesome.
weird. The I mean, Jerry Ordway art on the front, right? Jerry Ordway art on the back. But it's weird though, because on the back it says the Man of Steel soared to new storytelling heights during the infamous Triangle era. Infamous? Is it really? Is it infamous? I thought infamous is usually a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have said the famous Triangle era, or the beloved Triangle era, or
Bro, there are. I am in one of the Facebook groups that just deals with the Triangle era. I told
yeah,
you about that,
same
and
here.
it's
It's the best, one of the best groups
oh
I've ever been on. It's
oh
really, really good.
so good, so good.
Yeah. And I love
But
the fact when you get Superman artists and writers comment, like Brett Breeding, whatever his name is, he just goes, he just liked my comment. I went, it's like, for him, it's just like click, but it's just a normal day for him, isn't it? But like,
they appreciate it, man. They appreciate
yeah,
we. I always consider that like that era of Superman comics to be like top tier era between storylines and art. Just
yeah,
yeah, are there some, I don't consider the storylines bad, or as a comic, as one of my comic book owner friends would say, are there storylines worth money? No. Are they super interesting? Yes, time and time
yeah,
again, fantastic.
yeah,
There's so
yeah,
many good ones. I mean, this thing starts off with Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite.
yeah, which is just an amazing storyline. When I used to collect Superman, I shouldn't have sold it all, but I can get the omnibus now. I can still read them, but that was when I Death of Superman. Superman 75 was the first proper American comic I picked up. But I started reading John Byrne Man of Steel. That's when I started. So I read from John Byrne Man of Steel up until about last year,
Yeah,
everything, and I just love it. Oh, it's just so good. It's just
yeah,
so good.
yeah. It's so good. I was waiting for the Marvel DC Amalgam Universe one to come out. But you
Yeah.
hear what happened with that?
No.
They had an issue with printing. Apparently, the issue was so bad that they had to throw out the books.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Because apparently, sometimes when there's an issue, right, with an error in printing, right, they'll you can wind up going on a website, you get a PDF, right, the correct page, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Apparently, it's so bad that there aren't enough PDFs, so they're just like, F it, let's start again. Coming now in 2025.
Wow. Because I saw it
Yeah,
in like previews. You know what I mean? I was thinking, well, that's a great book. It's
I
taken
get
30 years, but it's a great book.
of it.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Damn, I didn't know
yeah,
that. That's awful. Okay,
yeah.
well, at least we'll get it. Good things come. Another 6 months, whatever, for a book that's 30 years. It's all good.
I know we've waited this long. What's the difference at this point, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Do you know what I've got in front of me as well? I've got this little bag of promotional materials, right? And I'd
ooh,
love to go through it with you guys at some point. But in this bag, I know I've got to hand. I've got the original DC versus Marvel voting slips. There you go.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I
and
remember that.
it's
Yep,
got inside. It's got inside like the trading card, the
that's in
Batman and
good
Captain
shape
America
too.
one, and then you got to vote and then send it away, didn't you? And I was like, I don't want Wolverine to win. Lobo should beat Wolverine. What?
Uh
But
oh,
yeah, I love that era. Love it.
so good, so good.
Yeah, really, really good.
But
Really, really
yeah,
good.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Collecting might be in my near future again. So we'll.
Right, just try issue one. Do you know what I mean? Worst case, you've got an issue one of a new Superman title. It's like
You gonna watch Superman and Lois?
what's that?
You gonna watch Superman and Lois? Have
What,
you
the
watched
TV
any of it?
show? Yeah. I watched all of season one. Absolutely loved it. I'm gonna have to watch it again because when I first started watching it when it came out, I had COVID and it was
Oh,
really bad and I was
yeah,
quite delusional. So I had like a Superman Lois dreams, and like could see things moving. It was like,
Ooh.
it was like I wasn't
Oh.
smoking or anything. I I was just mopping my brow from COVID. But I loved it. I think he's a fantastic Superman. I think she's a great Lois. I like the premise. I like the characters. I like the fact they put like steel in there and stuff like that. It was just great. I
Yeah.
loved it. Yeah.
They're saying rumors this is the unfortunate last season. They're saying Brainiac's going to be in it.
Okay.
So you
Well,
go out with a bang. Although you can't beat Krypton's Brainiac, but that's a story for another time. If we
yeah.
do awesome TV shows that were canceled way before their time, which I would love to do because I have
I would
about
love
3
to. Firefly, Krypton.
there's so many good ones. Justice League Unlimited.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we can do a whole show. Hey, we can do a whole show on that.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, cancelled shows. Yeah.
So,
But look,
I don't know, bud.
thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and listening to the same Bat Superman time, the same Bat Superman channel. I've always wanted to say that. Thank you for the same Bat time, the same Bat channel. No, thank you very much, guys.
We appreciate it. Tune in for eventual episode 3. We're working on it. Lots of stuff in the works. Mark wants to do some giveaways, so giveaways are in the future.
Giveaway coming soon, guys. Just working on it now.
Yeah. Also working on repopulating our social media platforms. That's on the works too. So
absolutely,
guys.
Great. Well, honestly, thank you guys. Thank you so much. All right, really appreciate all your support and lovely messages of other people. Honestly, lovely, really heartwarming. It's really been really nice. I'm very proud of this show.
Absolutely. All right, brother. Be good.
Cool. See you again. See you later.